Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League, and we are here for a bit of an interesting stream. It's still quite early. It's still quite early. We don't tend to do early morning streams, but the big news that is coming out of Old Trafford today is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has left his role as manager of Manchester United. Now, we all knew this was coming. We knew yesterday Fabrizio had tapped it in and all of that. So we knew this moment was coming, um and it's actually been made official about half hour ago. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has left Manchester United. United have released a very short announcement, to be honest with you, a very short announcement. It says Manchester United announces Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has left his role as manager. Ole will always be a legend at Manchester United, and it is with regret that we have reached this difficult decision. Whilst the last few weeks have been disappointing, they should not obscure all of the work he has done over the past 3 years to rebuild the foundations for long-term success. Ole leaves with our sincerest thanks for his tireless efforts as manager and our very best wishes in the future. His place in the club's history will always be secure, not only just for his story as a player, but as a great man and a manager who gave us many great moments. He will forever be welcome back at Old Trafford as part of the Manchester United family. Michael Carrick will now take charge of the team for the forthcoming games, whilst the club looks to appoint an interim manager to the end of the season. And there's so much about this that makes no sense, right? You're gonna be like, but Ollie's gone. That makes the most sense, and it is. That is true. Ollie leaving Manchester United made the most sense. The bits that don't make sense: how the hell is Michael Carrick and McKenna still around? There's no suggestion that Carrick or McKenna or even Phelan has left, right? So there's no that looks like they're staying. Um, and Ollie has always said that he doesn't do the coaching at Manchester United. Well, who does? Well, those lot, those three idiots have done the coaching at Manchester United, and they're still going to be there. So the coaching will still be the same. Michael Carrick is going to take charge of Villarreal and then Chelsea. I think United have got Chelsea next, haven't they? So, yeah, the absolute mind-boggling decision why they would let McKenna and all of that stay. I think Phelan has said he was going to leave with Ollie. Well, okay, then you still got Carrick and McKenna. That doesn't change a lot. That simply it doesn't change a lot. But I also want to touch on a few things that United fans need to hold themselves to a bit of fucking decorum. I honestly they need to, right? Because whilst, yes, the last few weeks have been shocking at Manchester United, they have been abysmal. The way Ollie has been treated by United fans of late is a fucking disgrace. It is disgusting, right? I'm hearing parties. I'm hearing people enjoying his failure. I'm seeing people wanting their own club to lose. If you are one of those that wishes that your club loses, you're not actually a fan of your club. Because I can't imagine ever thinking that I would like to see Argal lose just to get rid of a manager. No, that ain't happening. Right? I support the team and I'll support the manager until he's gone. So United fans need to hold themselves to a bit of fucking decorum, right? They really, really do. And I'm actually quite angry about this because I obviously on a footballing side of things and on a on a real term, Ollie shouldn't be manager of Manchester United. That is clear. Losing that Europa League final probably should have been the cutting point. But the public attacks I'm seeing, and by big people, by big accounts on Twitter, as I say, Usman talks football, wanting to see failure and sort of celebrating the failure. Then you've got Goldbridge, who's been an absolute wanker, kicking a man whilst he's still down. I don't. Oh, there's others. There is others. I can't remember. Saeed, he's been a joke as well. Not only has he attacked the players and basically asked them for a full blown fight in a barber shop, which I mean, won't even really talk about that too much, shall we? I mean, that enough sort of says what you need to know. But again, he's very similar. United fans need to hold themselves to a bit of damn decorum here. They really do, because it's been an unmitigated joke. Their behaviour. But yeah, it's it is a joke. It is a joke. Let's go through some of the comments. Zhu says Ollie not at the wheel. Yes, big up Matt. Big up Matt. Yeah, Ollie is no longer at the wheel. Feel bad for a bloke. He's still a great guy, but he's unfortunate that he had to leave one of his favourite clubs, or his only favourite club, barring maybe Mould. I'm so sad. Why did he go? Please, I'm crying. Mutual consent. Oh yeah, basically. Well said, Niall. Thank you, Lewis. I'm talking to myself. So he didn't get sacked. Well, no, because and that's the thing. I've not used the word sacked. I know others will, and they are well within their right or prerogative to want to use that, but I've not, because that's not true. He's not been sacked. But what I'm going to do is, obviously, it is really something that we are going to discuss for a little while. I'm going to put the link in the chat for you guys, preferably United fans, to come on. Obviously, we've still got fan cams for later on, which should be an interesting one. Then we've still got, I'm doing Formula One with Charles. Hopefully, Chris will be there. We're also doing, I'm pairing up with Tyler again. I think we're doing MLS later on. I think we're also doing the Spurs Leeds game. So there's so much that we're gonna still be doing. So yeah, and obviously there's not real many changes. Michael Carrick bit definitely wrong one. Let's bring in Kenny, and we've got Lewis as well. Let me take the MLS stadium out the back of this shot. There we go. That'll probably be better. We've also got Bob, who type in the private chat. Never understand why people do. But Kenny, we'll start with you. You're one of the ones I've just gone at in my sort of 5-minute monologue. So yeah.
Well, I think, ultimately he's done as much as he could. Really, he did do a good job for what he is. He wasn't a great manager before, and I think he's built a good squad for a new manager to just come in and get that squad to a much higher level. I think it was time for him to go. But this Michael Carrick thing, I really hope he's not going to be in charge for more than Villarreal, because if he's in charge for Chelsea, for Arsenal, then we're fucked. But I think in terms of managers that I think we'll bring in, I think we're probably going to get Zidane, because there was news.
They're saying interim till the end of the season. Zidane is not taking an interim job at United.
I think we will go for Zidane though. We will go at first for these managers, and then we'll go for an interim.
Well, no. Manchester United have confirmed in their statement that they're going to hire an interim until the end of the season.
Well, yeah, but I doubt the Glazers know what an interim is, so they're still open. But in terms of interims, there's apparently Lauren Blunt will take the job. There's Ragnick, of course. There's Michael Carrick, Darren Fletcher. If they get appointed as interim and they get the same thing as Ole, Carrick's at the wheel, we are screwed. Because that squad.
Well, your fans need to sort of control themselves, really, because it was sort of the fans' fault Ollie got this contract. I'm not going to lie to you. Chanting Ollie's at the wheel, getting all of that feel-good factor. Yeah, it was no surprise that your dodgy board, who couldn't even sort out their own breakfast, was going to give him the permanent job. So your fans need to calm it down, relax, and not chant anyone's at the wheel.
But yeah, but our fans will chant that they're at the wheel. Let's be honest.
Well,
This is
you fuck them.
We are gonna. Our fans, trust me, it's probably gonna be for another Real as well in Spain. We're just gonna sing "Carrick's at the wheel," and then yeah, I think we are going to though. It's not even a joke. We probably are going to because that's just our fan base. But I think we have to sack him. But we had to sack him first before we sack him because with that squad we should not be we seventh, I think 7th or 8th. We should be nowhere near that. We should be nowhere near that. We're below Wolves. We're below.
But do you not think the players? Do you know? Obviously, we'll go to Lewis in a bit. But do you not think that the players are entirely to blame for this? Because I understand to a degree, the lack of tactics, the lack of sort of management in terms of Man City and Liverpool. Even with no tactics, you should be able to beat fucking Watford. With Ronaldo, Bruno, I mean Rashford, Sancho. I mean, we're not talking Class A crap here. We're talking some of the best footballers in the world. We're talking apparently the best footballer in the world with fucking Cristiano Ronaldo. And he missed about 3 or 4 stinkers yesterday. Like, do you not think that the players are... I can only think of 3 players that even walks away with some sort of dignity. De Gea being one of them. Greenwood being the other. And probably Wan-Bissaka. Obviously, the likes of Varane and Sancho, you can't really blame them.
Van de Beek, you can't blame either, of course.
Well, yeah, I mean, you obviously can't blame Donny, but in terms of the ones that I'm thinking of, you can't really blame those. So there's not many that I think can hold their heads up high. And do you not think that ultimately they need to take a bit of a bit of flack, a lot of fucking flack? Because now there's no hiding place.
Well, yeah, I do think the players, obviously, they do need a bit of, flack because they are the ones that are playing on the pitch. I mean, even you were saying De Gea, even he, in the last 3 games, has made a mistake against Atalanta, a mistake against City, and then he should have saved 2 the goals against Watford. So even he, to an extent, can't really hold his head up high. So really, then only Greenwood kind of really hold his head up high. So yeah, I do think the players obviously do need a lot of flack, because they are ultimately the players are the ones playing on the pitch. Ultimately, and I know the manager. It's his job to motivate them. It's his job to get them, in the system.
You shouldn't need to fucking firstly, you shouldn't need to motivate them for Liverpool or Man City. That game should motivate yourself. I think it was Roy Keane. And I like Roy Keane. He's actually one of the real ones. Actually said, I didn't need a manager to motivate me for fucking Liverpool at Old Trafford. I need a manager to motivate me for Manchester City at Old Trafford. That should motivate you yourself. You're playing in the Northwest Derby against your arch rivals Liverpool in front of 74,000 of your own fans. You shouldn't need a fucking man to you need someone stood in front of you in the dressing room going, come on, boys, we've got this. Come on. No, it's fucking Liverpool. You should be able to motivate yourself for that. It shouldn't be difficult. That's like me saying, I need someone to get me motivated for Devon Derby against Exeter City. No, I don't. No, I fucking don't. That game excites me straight away. I'm already motivated about 4 weeks before that game's even started. I mean, that's the thing. This whole bullshit of motivation and crap. And look, I know Jurgen Klopp's very much a people person and people manager, but he doesn't need to motivate his players. They do it themselves. He just needs to stop Salah and Mane from punching each other. But in terms of United, you shouldn't need a manager stand there going, right, boys, I'm going to motivate you for this game. I mean, no, not on your, no, I won't have that.
Well, yeah, I know. I do see where you're coming from. I mean, thinking about it, that is probably true. They shouldn't need a manager to motivate them for Man City and Liverpool, certainly. But
Maybe
yeah, I think,
Spurs away, you might be a bit motivating because you've really got to go to a shithole. But apart from that, you should be fine.
I mean, yeah, I think the players. I mean, there's not really been anyone apart from. I mean, individually, I'm talking. There's not been anyone apart from really Ronaldo, Bruno to an extent. He's got some assists. Look, there's not really anyone apart from them, Greenwood and De Gea until the last few games that really been that good this season.
You're saying
Thinking about
Ronaldo's been good.
individually, yeah.
Whoa, let's fight on this one then. He's been fucking dog shit since he came back. He has been fucking appalling. He spent more time either on the floor shagging the grass, right, or fucking waving his arms like a fucking, you know, plane conductor. Oh, please go over to this terminal. I'm going to fly like a fucking bird. Ronaldo has spent more time flapping his arms like a fucking seagull than he has playing football.
He's got
And
9 goals.
that may sound harsh. That may sound harsh, but he's fucking Ronaldo. I mean, he's not done near enough. Watford man marked him out of a game. And when he did get available, he started skying the ball over the fucking stands. He's been a joke. He's been an utter joke. And I know people go like, oh, now with his Ronaldo agenda again. But it's fucking true. It's fucking true. The moment that you want or need to count on Cristiano Ronaldo, he's gone missing like a freaking seagull. He's not even able to tap the ball into the back of the net anymore. What is this guy useful for? I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I think he's probably been the downfall of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And rightly or wrongly, I don't think you should have ever got him. I thought it was an absolute joke that you picked up Cristiano Ronaldo. Because what's the point? Your attack wasn't really the issue. The glaring great big fat hole in the centre of your midfield has been the issue. But I disagree with Ronaldo being good. I'll agree with Greenwood. I think he's been very good. You know, especially at the start of the season. I think De Gea has been marvellous. Donny in his last chance to impress under Ollie, and he goes and scores a goal. And do you know what? Donny showed more fight, more energy, more commitment in saving this man's job, right, than Harry Maguire, fucking Luke Shaw, Fred and McTominay. Well, less so Fred because Fred wasn't on the pitch, but McTominay. But Ollie's protected them. But the one who he's thrown under the bus, Donny van der Beek, is actually trying to save this man's job while the rest of them do fucking nothing. It's a joke.
Donny scored his last goal under the Solskjaer era. It was poetic, really. Fucking Donny van der Beek scored the last goal of his era.
I will agree. It is poetic, but no, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. But let's go through some comments before we continue attacking your players, which I quite enjoy. The Convertible says, no, they're actually finished. Saudi track. What the fuck? Yeah, I saw that, mate. Incredible. All I hope is that Chelsea lose to United after this, because I want to be happy that they lost for once. They're too good at the moment. Carrick at the wheel. Don't sound right, though, Kenny. Yep, that's true. That might get lucky. Cop straight away with Carrick's at the wheel.
Carrick's at the wheel. Carrick's at the wheel. Nah.
You need. Would it sound better with Fletcher? Fletcher's at the wheel. No. You need a manager with three letters in their first name. Donny's at the wheel. Greenwood and De Gea. I will agree with that. Donny scored on the final game of Ollie, which is ironic, but I hope he moves to a better place. Well, I can see Donny actually being quite a big part of United's central midfield now. So I actually think Donny's probably like, okay, I can work with this. All right, so boss, I'm going into centre midfield and fuck you. Like probably say that to
that partnership.
Imagine Ronaldo as oh god, I couldn't think of anything worse. Keep the women away from Old Trafford.
That filled up.
No. Ronaldo, Ronnie has been used to signing. Yes, he is the best or second best player in the world, but he isn't as young anymore. He's just been useless.
He scored 9 goals, and individually, he's been good. He scored 9 goals. He's turned up when needed individually. And
Fucking has not turned up when needed. It's catching a bit, cop. The Wanker Tanker just woke up. That's always good. I haven't been awake for too long, as this face suggests. Maybe come back, creating a nice compilation for my YouTube. I can't wait to see that. The Wanker Tanker says hi. The Wanker Tanker says good morning to Niall and Kenny. Hope
Hello.
Ollie moving to a better place. Same as bloody Pogba, unless he stays for some reason. Ollie, I just need to confirm. Ollie is not dead, right? Ollie isn't dead. He's still very much alive, and all of that. But we're joined by Aaron. Aaron, give me your thoughts on this. Just quickly. Mike Phelan and Kieran McKenna will stay at Manchester United as things stands after Michael Carrick asked this morning for both of them to help in the backroom staff. Manchester United are working to find an interim manager as soon as possible. So the main issues with the coaching are still there.
For God's sake, man. Fucking hell.
Oh, God.
Aaron, show up, you have Richie Wellens.
Look, in a way, I kind of get it, because if you're only going to look for an interim manager till the end of the season, you're not going to completely rip out the coaching staff if you've not got anyone lined up ready to take over straight away. So
I will just say you could just get the players to use a YouTube video to coach themselves, which would be more effective than the coaching team right now. Whack out the YouTube. Go find a coach on there. Get the players to watch that and then coach themselves. It'd be more effective than Carrick, McKenna, and Phelan.
Yeah, I guess so. But look, I think after that 5-0 against Liverpool and the loss to City when they were played off the park, that was the biggest test for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because he needed to bounce back and prove his worth, and he didn't. He lost 4-1 to Watford. It was the right time to go. He didn't prove his worth.
He didn't just lose 4-1 to Watford. He got battered off the park.
Exactly. So he didn't prove his worth. The test failed. He's got to go, and he's gone.
Yeah.
We've heard Ole's taking a break from management. I think that's the right thing to do. I think mentally he can't put himself into a different situation straight away. He just can't. It's like Steve Bruce. He's taking time off. You know, you've got to take time off from something that stressful. There is a couple of underrated names. There's a couple of names that people haven't really spoken about that I would like to see maybe given a chance in the summer. One of them being the Atalanta manager, Gasperini. I think he plays very good attacking football. And I think he'd be an interesting option.
Because every time I've seen him, and no offense to him, but he looks dead. He looks like he's one step away from fucking, putting his feet up in retirement.
He's 63.
Yeah, so not really the long-term coach United are looking for.
But there's another one that I think is very underrated, and it's a name that I don't think many people have spoken about, and it's a guy that plays the 4-3-3. He's a young coach, but he's very intelligent. And it's actually the Wolfsburg manager, Oliver Glasner. I think he's very intelligent for his age. I think he's a real potential.
Aaron, I think you're getting Manchester United confused with some sort of development side that can take time to let managers bed in. One of the main criticisms Ollie had was he's not experienced enough at the highest level. You want to go and replace that with a Wolfsburg manager who's never managed in the Prem, and I don't think has won any major honours.
He's managed in the Champions League, so he knows the competition. I mean, he'd be a great interim. He'd be a great interim at least. He'd be a great interim at least.
Well, interim is different to manager in January, in the summer. But I will go through my candidates for manager. Well, one of them's Graham fucking Potter. The other one is Zidane. One of them is Ten Hag. And if all else fails, just give Steve Bruce the keys and burn the stadium down.
No, please, no. Get Pep Guardiola.
Get Pep Guardiola. You think Pep's working with that board? You're fucking drunk. But Aaron, we'll come back to some of your suggestions. Maybe think of some, names that aren't wacky or just a bit.
No,
yeah.
No, the reason why
don't start quoting any like championship managers or Vanarama National League ones.
No. The reason why I said Gasperini is because the reason why I said Gasperini is because
one minute. You're already close to getting a headbutt when I come up to Doncaster already. You do not want to make it worse. So
the reason
actually give me good reasons why you'd hire a 63-year-old manager for Manchester United. I would love to know these reasons.
Look, the reason
I'm guessing for the long-term project.
The reason why I said Gasperini is it's all to do with the fact that his contract at Atalanta's ending in June, which means he's out of work, which means it'd be easier for United and the Glazer board to go with the cheap way and get someone that's out of contract. Because realistically, I'm thinking like a Glazer would think, and that's no footballing decisions whatsoever. So you get someone on the cheap. And with Gasperini out of contract in the summer, it'd be a cheaper option than someone who's already
literally spent like 100 million or 120 million this summer, but they're cheap.
All right.
Okay.
All right. If that's Atalanta managers, this could surely they get a new contract.
Yeah, probably.
Well, if Atalanta get a new contract for Gasperini, he's out of the question then.
The issue I have with Gasperini, right? 63 years old. Now, do you know that there's actually a stat, right? There's actually a stat that managers don't tend to win major honours past their 60s. I mean, only a select few have ever done so. Fergie, Dalglish, there's not many that have won major honours, and I'm talking major honours in the big leagues, past their 60s. So that's why I would say bad move. Bad move. What you want is someone playing in their 40s or 50s, late 40s, early 50s. Would be ideal, I think, because I think a Potter would come in and do very well with this United squad. I think the only thing that would concern United fans is, but he's not won anything. Well, yeah, true. It doesn't really matter, Kenny, because Brighton are technically higher than you in the league, so you would do well to go and get him. I would. Well, I'll try not to. Maybe Carrick can turn it around. With his esteemed, with Michael Carrick's esteemed coaching career, I'm sure he can turn it around. He's been so good at United since he joined as a coach. Maybe even Richie Wellens would do a better job than Michael Carrick. You never know. Lewis, talk us through the news. But before you do so, Dylan actually makes a very good statement here. United fans celebrating this sacking needs to realise Carrick, McKenna and Phelan remain. I actually feel sorry for Ole considering they've all stayed, but Ole is gone and they were part of the problem. They weren't just part of the problem, they were the problem. Because yes, whilst the tactics were a little bit, how do I say, non-existent, they did the coaching. Ole came out and admitted pretty much at the start of his career at United that he didn't do the coaching, right? That is literally McKenna, Carrick, and Phelan that did coaching, and the same three that have done the coaching. That people are angry with AWB, McTominay, Fred, all of this because they don't really understand what football looks like. Still remain. So the coaches that have done an absolute shit show still remain. But yeah, it's a bit mad. I feel like we should make an Aston Villa show the way these Liverpool fans are acting now. I agree. I'm half tempted to rename it.
100.
Caffeld won't work, Aaron, at United. He plays with a 3-4-2-1. That is not the Man U way. But
I didn't say
Lewis,
Caulfield. I said Oliver Glasner, the Wolfsburg manager.
Still no. But Lewis, talk us through. Go back to the basics. Talk us through Ollie leaving first before we get dragged into interims and all that.
Well, I mean, it was the right time. I don't think anyone in the football world can just say he shouldn't have gone. Well, okay, maybe quite a few people like, yeah, he shouldn't have gone because it's quite funny to see how United are at the minute, but it's not fair on United fans. It's not fair on Ollie because he's getting the because of the amount of abuse he was getting from United fans was unbelievable. It took Bruno to say, Ole is not just a problem. We are the problem as well. We're not playing the standard we're meant to be playing at. And for Bruno to do that, to the fans that Ole adores, he adores, it shows that it proves that Ole is being targeted, and the players are basically saying, the fans are saying the players are not the problem, it's Ole's fault. I guess Ole sets them up and all that, but they're the ones on the pitch. Ole can only do it to a certain degree. It's down to players on the day, and if they're not up to scratch, then well, what can Ole do about it? I mean, yeah, maybe subs, but look, Ole's not entirely to blame, and like I say, it took one of your best players to say, don't believe in the manager, blame us as well. And you know it's bad when that happens, and you know it's bad. And
does anyone know what Ronaldo was doing at this time, apart from flapping his arms like a seagull?
I mean, he was a player manager.
Heads in his hands.
Do you want to know what Maguire was doing?
Hold up a fuck. Did you just say bloody Ronaldo as a player manager?
Would be interesting. I didn't say yes.
I'm gonna go get some rope and hang myself. No one at every level. I mean, firstly, the women at Old Trafford would not be safe. Secondly, his behaviour as a player does not constitute good manager. I can assure you of that, because he'll get frustrated with Harry Maguire that he can't do about 54 stepovers and then blast the ball over the bar. Maguire can only blast the ball over the bar. You know, yeah. I mean, it's no. And has Ronaldo got coaching badges?
No, he's not got coaching badges at all.
Yeah, so that one you can't even physically have him as player coach then, because you need to have at least, I think, one of the coaching badges, or I say, you might not have to, but Ronaldo would be a terrible move. You might as well just go get fucking, Paul Scholes, or someone just so maybe just drag Fergie's, carcass out of retirement and shove him in the dugout. You might as well. I mean, at this point, you're getting fucking desperate.
Also, did you see what Maguire was doing? He after he was on the Twitter space, he went clubbing last night. He went clubbing. He went clubbing last night. The picture of clubbing.
You're serious?
Yeah, I am. Captain of Manchester United.
You're serious?
I'm searching up now.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Ronaldo did put out a statement saying that the players have it too easy as well. So,
oh yeah, that's a pretty damning indictment on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, isn't it? Ronaldo should never have come back to United, in my opinion. Velv says, if United want to bring the best out of Sancho, play him on the left for Telles, as he is attackingly better than Shaw. Somewhat agree, but then where do you put Rashford? I don't know. Oh, and you do realise Glasner is the Frankfurt manager. And Glasner is the same age as Tuchel. Oh, Lord. Aaron, if you just tried being smart and got me some average manager from Germany.
The 14th, by the way, in Germany.
Aaron, please tell me you haven't just tried being... Aaron, you would have sounded smarter if you went just give Graham Potter the permanent contract. Or heck, if you wanted to find me an average manager, you'd have been better off just saying, do you know what? I would get in Rafa Benitez from Everton or Nuno. Just get an average manager that's managed in the Premier League.
That Frankfurt manager is average. He's in near the relegation zone with a squad that should be top 2 in the Bundesliga.
Well, if Zidane wants the French job, why don't you get Didier Deschamps?
Oh, no. Didier Deschamps will be a disaster. He is awful. I've seen a lot of French people. He is awful.
For the first time ever, I'm going to actually agree with Kenny here. That would be a disaster. Baguettes would be flying. If you want to get an international manager, maybe you could pick up the former Germany manager. Not Hansi Flick, the one before him.
Low.
Lau,
No,
him. Now I know you managers are probably going to avoid shaking his hands because you don't really know where they've been. Dirty bastard. But in terms of a footballing sense, he wouldn't be a bad interim. Actually, he wouldn't be a bad one. So Joachim Low would be quite good.
I think Mancini would be good, but he's
yes, go. No, do not get Mancini. What you want? You've got attacking players, and you want not Mancini. That would not work. You need to find a manager that. Well, I was, and do you know what, Lewis? I was going to move on to this because there was talks that Southgate was going to get a new contract by England. Now, 1 minute, Kenny, shut up. 1 minute. So that contract, Aaron will probably know because he's all over this shit. But I don't believe that he's signed the contract yet, has he?
No,
I don't think so.
I'm gonna say it, Kenny. I can assure you will probably say no to this, but Gareth Southgate for Manchester United. Who says no?
No, I do. No.
So one no from Kenny. Aaron, what about you? Would Southgate at United be a good one?
It's tough. It's
not tough.
I mean, to be fair, Greenwood is in totally fucked. Because Southgate absolutely hates him. To be fair, so is Sancho. So I don't know who's going to play on the wing. Probably Juan Mata. But carry on, Aaron. Just wanted to say that.
It could be, but again, it might end up being a failure.
It might end up being a failure. Wow, that's so smart, Aaron. I could not tell that. I could not tell that it would be a failure. Honestly,
hold on, Aaron only. I'm going to defend Aaron here. He only said it might be a failure. It could work. I mean, I would like to see it happen.
So you'd like to see Greenwood
and England go for Potter? Oh, it's okay. Greenwood's coming to Home Park in January. He's done with your shit.
But you say Potter? I'd like Potter. Potter, I think, is very good. I think
love to see it. Love to see it. Some comments here. Kenny, stop trying to interrupt, you selfish bastard.
This guy tried to start with me, and I've never met him before.
Get Murak Yakin, the Switzerland manager. He's the chunky fucker. Morning, Zachary. The MLS playoffs back in action today. Yeah, I think we're doing one. I think we're doing the 8 p.m. kickoff. I think Atalanta are in it. Or Atlanta. One or two. As long as Greenwood doesn't get benched, I'm fine with Gareth Southgate going to United. Me and you both. Big up Tyler. Yes, Niall on the panel. Got my driving lesson soon. Just refereed and got 25 quid. Now, that is buzzing. That is a good idea. That is good. I think me and Tyler are doing the Spurs Leeds games, so make sure you check that out. And then, I think we're doing the 8 p.m. kickoff as well for MLS. I think. Don't quote me on that. Nashville versus Orlando. I don't know much about Major League Soccer. But apparently it's going to be a good game. Forever Football MCFC says, well done, Tyler. Did it go well? Big up, dude. But Lewis, Southgate, United, who says no?
I mean, I'm not saying no for England's sake. It gets him out the job and it opens the door for Southgate. No, not for Southgate, for Potter. So I'm not saying no to that. But for United's sake, I think I might have to say no. But I'm not saying no for him to leave England.
That's fair. That's I might actually cry. It's very upsetting. We just need to try and get Southgate out of a job, to be fair. Tyler says cousin lost and nearly scored a belter, and he's a centre back. Well, no, that's what you get. That's what you get. All right, mate, got sated, but that's how it is. That would be so Glazer to monitor Zidane and end up getting Nuno, or to end up getting Southgate. We're monitoring Zidane, pick up Southgate. Sancho Masha can rotate, winning titles. You change the attack and midfield, but you cannot change your back line.
I don't.
You can try rotating with Mason Greenwood, and I'll kick your fucking ass. So just bear that in mind.
I think it will be Zidane for the full-term manager come the end of the season, because how true it, I don't know, but apparently Zidane came out and said he doesn't want to come to the Premier League until the summer. So
money talks for this.
So it's understandable if that is the case. But
if we do his wages, I think money talks. He'll come.
Well, yeah, money talks. Of course, it's football nowadays, and well, yeah, it's seen. It's been seen everywhere, isn't it? Money talks. But look, I think it will be Zidane. I think it will become the end of the season. Who the interim will be, God knows.
It's a weird one, isn't it? The interim, because you don't know who it could be. Like Giggsy's currently got a few issues to deal with in his personal life. Court. Then you've got Rooney. Rooney is an interim. I'm not going to say no to that. I'm not going to say no to that, because
it won't happen, because Rooney needs.
Well, no, but you say it won't happen, but I do think that if United can come in for Wayne Rooney, they might just. He might just go.
Rooney would go 100%, because obviously how much love he has for the club. But it won't happen, because I don't think. I'm gonna be honest here. I don't think Derby will let him go, because they're struggling for money as it is, and to give him the payoff they need to give him.
Well, they wouldn't. Well, that's the thing, Lewis. If United were to come in for him, they wouldn't have to pay him off, because United would pay compensation to Derby.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
So in terms of finances, it actually makes sense.
Yeah, true. I had to think about that. But I said this to my mate. Personally, I can't see it, because I can see it being the fact of where Rooney will be Derby for a few years, go to a lower league, Premier League. No, like what Gerrard's done with Villa, and then in a few years' time he'll go a couple of years. I don't know how many years exactly. He'll go to United like Gerrard and go to Liverpool. That's what I can see happening.
Valve says, let me correct that. You can change the attack buying Greenwood, who is the king. Absolutely. Zidane's wife doesn't want to move. Zidane just divorce her. That United fans have been saying divorce his wife, just to come and manage United.
Just divorce me. That is what they should do. You want to come to United, you want to sacrifice things like your wife.
I'm thinking South Chaos time. 8 p.m. for you is New York City versus Atlanta. Not as good, but we'll see. I like how Zach's like, I know how to ruin your day. It's not going to be a great game. We will be doing some NFL watch-alongs at some point in the near future, so bear that in mind as well, guys. I can see that. I think Zachary is going to be quite an important person for me for that. So I need to hook up with Zachary to talk about when we're going to do it. And basically, Zach's going to be there. I will host, but I know fuck all about NFL, so I'll learn. I can see that, but he will be so bad for him. It would be bad. It would be bad.
I think that Rooney's doing well at Derby, to be fair.
Roy Keane as an interim, and Maguire's just lost his head.
If the
Lewis
players
talked
want
about
to
Gerrard. Nope. Save that for tomorrow, Valve, on the weekly review show. Or fan cams. Yes, we've got fan cams at 10-ish. We got to pick a good game. Well, you tell me what's a good game and we'll do it. Yes, MCFC. Sue. Yeah, before we wrap up, because I've got a lot of thumbnails to do and I've got a lot of work. My workload has just been added. I've got to make a new thumbnail for the United show with Michael Carrick's face in it. So, Kenny, give me your final thoughts of what we've been talking about today. Do you want to thank Ollie for what he's done after slagging him off for God knows how long?
Okay. I've been one of the fans that's not really slagged him off. Come on. I've not been that.
You wished United to lose, so he lost his job.
But I said I wouldn't mind if we lost, because it was Watford. And
But why would you say that in the first place?
what?
it's Watford. You should be slapping them, really. Watford ain't a bad team, but
Exactly. That's what
but you look at their team compared to your team.
One minute. Catch in a bit, Tyler. I'll speak to you soon. I need to message you because I think we're doing Spurs versus Leeds. If I remember correctly, I think we are. But I'll message you.
Good luck, Tyler, for that driving lesson.
Yeah. Good luck, Tyler, as well. Jets and Falcons both suck. Right, so we're not doing the game in London. Yeah, no worries. Sorted. We are. Excellent. We are. I'll get the thumbnail sorted and send it to you. But yeah, Kenny, carry on.
Yeah, I was one of the. I mean, I do respect him. I think I am sad because I've been reminiscing over the good moments he's had, and there were quite a few good moments, but ultimately, all good things come to an end. He has ultimately become poor, and now is his time. But of course, thank you for everything you've done, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if you're watching.
Yeah, he's just casually watching. He might do. I picked a good photo of him. Don't forget, Tyler, you drive on the left there. I think Zachary's trying to teach himself how to drive over here. Yeah, I know, pal. Yeah, don't go up the fucking right on the M25. Jesus Christ. That'll be a literal car crash. But Lewis, any final thoughts?
It was coming. It was
brutal.
coming. We've known this. Well, we've known this for a while, haven't we? Especially when they've lost 5-0 to Liverpool, 2-0 to City. I mean, if I was going to be totally honest with you, if I was the board, I would have done it before the international break because it gives you more time to get into it. And yes, most of your first teamers would on international break, but it would have gave you some more time to get a manager in. But you've done it now. It will be start of a new era with Carrick and then whoever comes into him and then whoever you get managing next season. But we'll see how it goes. And ultimately, Ole, yes, you had some good times, but it's kind of gone down the shit at the minute. And taking time off, come back into football in a few years, whenever you want to. Hopefully, it works out for you wherever you go. But I think it just got a bit too much for him.
Go to Aston Villa as well.
We've got Gerrard.
But yeah, no, I think that is fair. But for the final time, we're gonna play the United intro as as the outro because yeah, Ollie's gone, so I'm gonna have to change that up as well. So thank you, United. You've ruined my day. But until next time, thanks for watching and peace out.